welcome back to another reading lesson with me, Miss Aquino. Today we are going to be talking about reading strategies and how reading strategies can help you figure out those tricky words. I know, tricky words can seem scary, but don't worry. We have some strategies we're going to go over today. Let's take a look at this first one. And maybe we may even show you some strategies you've been using on your own. And that's great too. If you've been using them, keep doing it. This first one is saying scoop up sight words. Now, we do those sight word practice with Miss Nappy every week. Remember, she gives you those words and you have to practice them. Now, sight words are words that are found everywhere in stories. So they're words we need to memorize and know like that. We do not want to waste time tapping these words out. And some words are really hard to tap out, some sight words, like this sight word, though. Try tapping that out. I don't think it's going to work. So we really need to make sure we know those sight words and we have them memorized. This is a great strategy to scoop them up. If you see a sentence that has a lot of sight words, you know them like that, so scoop them up and you can read them quickly. Here's our example. I notice all these sight words here. I'm just going to point to those. And I know those words because I practice them with Miss Nappy. I like the yellow flower. So instead of reading it word by word, I kind of scooped it up because I know those words. So then I can spend my brain power focusing on those more trickier words. All right, so scooping up sight words, great strategy. Let's see what's behind this. My favorite thing, stop and think. Friends, for this second strategy, sometimes when we come up to a tricky word, we freeze. And we say, I don't know, I can't do it, it's a tricky word. Yes, you can do it. Just stop and think. Ask yourself, what word could make sense? Let's take a look at the example. I love to ride my, tricky word. Don't worry, I can stop and think. What word would make sense? Well, it's something you ride and it starts with an H. Well, people ride horses. Let's see if that makes sense. Yeah, horse starts with H. And then we have an R, an S, and an E. Horse. Awesome. Always use that strategy to stop and ask yourself, what word would make sense? Right? Here's our third strategy, breaking up the word into chunks. You may have heard this called chunky monkey. This is exactly what this is. Breaking that word into chunks can make a big, long, tricky word seem short and easy. Like this word here, that word is so long, I don't think I can do it. Yes, I can. I'm just going to break it up. You can use your fingers or your hands to break it up. Let's look at that first chunk. B, rab. Okay, got that part. Now look at the second chunk. It, bit. Now blend it together. Rabbit, rabbit. That felt so much better breaking that word up into little chunks that I can tap out. Try that if you come to a tricky word. It's a good one. Our last strategy, let's see what it is. For this strategy, it's sort of similar to breaking it up, but what you're going to do is you're going to look for smaller words inside big words. Let's take a look at this tricky word here. Oh no, that's a really long word. Don't worry, let's look for some smaller words in there. Oh, I see a small word right at the front. Cap, k-ap. I know that word, cap. That's pretty good. There's another smaller word, it. And that's a sight word. Awesome. So we had two smaller words inside that big word, cap and it. Now I'm going to blend it all together. Capital. Capital. There we go. So today for your assignment, you're going to choose any book, maybe a book from Epic, a book from Raz-Kids, or a book from your home. You're going to read that book and practice using these strategies when you come to a tricky word, all right? Then you're going to write about, either in your notebook, on a sheet of paper, or type it into a Google Doc. You're going to answer these questions. What strategies helped you figure out tricky words? And what were some tricky words you read today? I'm so curious about all the tricky words out there. So let's get that list going and see what you're reading, okay? If you choose to read on Epics or Raz-Kids, choose a book that you read on your own, not a book that you listen to, all right? Listening to a book is not going to help us practice our strategies for tricky words, okay? Have fun today, and we can't wait to see what tricky words you come across.